Hello, dear guests. I'm honored that we had the chance to come together at this event and had the opportunity to listen to experts, academicians, policymakers, government officials, and entrepreneurs who have different backgrounds, different tools, and different approaches they presented to us. I hope that we have been able to cover as much ground as we expected. Now, we had the chance to meet with most of you face-to-face in workshops, during the coffee breaks, and so on. And I had the chance to get inspiration from many of you to reflect those inspirations in our academic agenda for the next sections. We listened to some of you who stepped up as group leaders and tried to provide insight on the issues that we tackled yesterday. I'm actually proud of all of you because of your distributions and your submissions of ideas in the workshops and overall. We tried to debate constructively and also propose some solutions to them. Also, as the co-opinion academic team, we had our take on those 4 issues that we decided to cover before you came here. You read them in your background papers that we crafted. Now, I'm not going to talk a bit, not too much about them. You had some of those in these presentations coming from my colleagues, and I'm not going to talk about how much effort we put into them. But in the next week or so, we will try to blend in your ideas and our take on these issues and combine them in a summary report or a communique, if you will, and we will let you know about those as soon as we can. It is safe to say that unemployment seemed like the Goliath among all four topics. You know the story of David and Goliath? Good. We suggested economic reforms and diversifying economies and getting rid of corruption and political patronage and investing in human development for the solution of unemployment in our background papers. And in terms of entrepreneurship, we suggested to remove some of the extra bureaucratic burden on entrepreneurs and setting up some programs, supportive programs, and really supportive programs by governments to support entrepreneurs with technical expertise, a relevant skill set, and legal assistance rather than solely money or startup funds. In terms of participation, we strongly stress the importance of empowerment, inclusiveness, and voluntary work to provide equal means to take part in decision making. In terms of radicalization, we focused on building a citizenship based on national ideology rather than ethnicity or religiosity. On these papers, we have been working on for approximately 2 months, to say the least, but these issues have been in our minds for the last decade or so. I'm sure it's almost the same for most of you, but think of those issues: unemployment, radicalization, participation, entrepreneurship. These issues have been there for the last 5 or 6 decades. And they almost seem insurmountable or impossible to solve at this point. But what we lack is one thing, and it is hidden in some of the papers of the prominent scholars. For instance, I read one of them, Stephen Bolt, who we will host in Koç University in this November. He wrote an article in 2012, and he talked about how to solve this disconnection between the academia and policymakers. He said that academicians' works are not valued. These have to be valued again. And the policymakers, they are not exposed to research making. They're not exposed to how these works are done. So there is this disconnection between them. And this is actually what you're doing. You have this academic background and you're also interested in policy making. So with this hybrid approach, And on events like these, you can share your ideas, build on them, and develop this like-minded approach in solving these issues. And as I said, these issues may seem insurmountable, but previous generations, your predecessors had even bigger problems. For instance, infant mortality. Babies were dying at early ages. Now they solved this, and now we have a generation boom. 60% of Middle East are under the age of 30. So now they're not dying at birth, but they are grown into adults. So they have new problems facing, unemployment and so on. So these problems of previous generations, they were solved, and you can solve the next generation issues. And I say that don't be disheartened and keep this hybrid approach with the academia and policymaking interests, and you will hopefully be equipped enough to solve all these problems as the next generation leaders, I hope. And I wish you the best in this endeavor. Thank you.